All right, guys. We are here today. It is honestly, it's snowing in Houston, Texas right now. Like outside my house, there is snow outside. I would open the window and show you guys, but I don't think y'all would be able to see it anyway. But it's actually snowing. It's snowing in Louisiana this morning as well. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, it's snowing also. So hope you guys stay warm today because it's snowing. It's the day after inauguration. Markets did run. Crypto did run. As I said, it probably would prior to any of this. I told you guys Bitcoin's probably going to run. I told you guys markets are probably going to go up from this specifically. We'll see what happens for the rest of the week. We don't really have any economic data this week outside of like jobless claims, unemployment filings and stuff like that. So it's not really the biggest week for that type of stuff. But it's a big week regardless, and we have big earnings today. So we don't have a lot of economic reports, but we have earnings this morning. Specifically this morning, we have had Charles Schwab, 3M, DR Horton, Fifth Third, Prologis, a couple other small companies. Netflix is this evening. So we got some earnings this evening and stuff, but yeah. Bitcoin up to about 104K, 103.5K. NASDAQ's gapping up a little bit, although it's not a huge amount. We have had a little rebound though, back up, so we'll see if that holds also. What's today? Today is Tuesday. Wait, I don't have to take the trash out today. It's Wednesday, right? I'm pretty sure Wednesday's trash day, so I have to take it out tomorrow. I doubt the trash is coming today in the South. Everything's going to be shut down. Nobody knows how to drive here. So, does the market continue its rebound this week? Yes or no? Vote on the poll. Yeah, I doubt that we're going to get trash. Yeah, Joseph, I don't put anything in it. Coffee's pretty good for you if you don't put a bunch of crap in it, you know? So, yeah, I don't put anything in my coffee. I never have. Like, dude, I grew up, like, my mom used to always just put so much sugar in their coffee. Like, everybody that I knew growing up would always put so much sugar in their coffee. But I liked it plain. Like, the bitterness wakes you up more than anything. And so, like, I don't know. I love the smell of coffee. I like the taste of it. It's bitter. It wakes you up, you know. It's warm when it's cold. Yeah. I say that, I'm choking on it. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get today, guys. Bitcoin's up. We're on a 10-day green streak too, so I'm hoping I don't give it back. I'm just glad I'm on the 10-day green streak to begin with, though, because the implications for my system are great, right? Like, we got some good implications for the system I'm using. Yeah. And we'll see if we keep it up. Last week we had a perfect week. No losses, no losing days. Small week nonetheless. No, it's pre-ground. I usually drink like community coffee. I like Louisiana coffee of some sort. Oh, I'm sure that one's running, huh? Oh, it's not. It's down. Who knew? Yeah, there are a lot of rumors that would happen once he took office. One of them was that he was going to legalize cannabis federally, which he didn't. But personally, I don't think it's looking good for cannabis reform under him. I feel like he would have said a lot more about it. But we'll see. All right, looking at our poll, we asked people, does market continue its rebound this week? 67% say yes, 33% say no. Now, again, this week is a half week. It's kind of slow. Thursday, we got some stuff going on. Today and tomorrow, we don't, though. Friday, I think, is pretty boring as well. Let me look at the... I'm pretty sure we don't have much going on this week. I'm pretty sure it's pretty slow. We'll cover some news in just a second. Yeah, nothing today. Tomorrow, we have the U.S. leading indicator. It drops at 10 a.m. Thursday, we have jobless claims. Friday, we got existing home sales, consumer sentiment, and flash services and manufacturing data. So pretty slow week. Next week is incredibly busy. Next week, we have durable goods, Case-Shiller, CB consumer confidence, FOMC rate decision and press conference, GDP data, PCE inflation data, Chicago PMI, Microsoft, Meta, IBM, and Tesla earnings all dropping on Wednesday. So next week's incredibly busy. And then I don't know what we get the week after. Let me see. I think the week after might be payrolls again. Week after ISM PMI. Jolts. Yeah, so then the week after, payroll week, unemployment week, Jolts week as well. Yeah, SoFi earnings as well. John, why is Microsoft the only Magnificent 7 stock that is 8% down year to date? Why so slow? You know, to be completely honest, it makes me one of the stocks that this is probably because, if you want me to be objective about it, it's probably because Nvidia's price action has slowed this year, right? So if we take a look at Nvidia here, and the reason it's tied to Nvidia is because it owns a huge chunk of OpenAI, right? So Microsoft owns a huge part of OpenAI, and with that in mind, it's gonna, I think it's just gonna follow it to a certain extent, right? Now, let's see. Put a weekly chart up. Yeah, very similar movement, although Nvidia's up more. But I think Nvidia and AI have slowed in terms of interest and movement, and so Microsoft has followed suit. I think it's also probably, like, if we look at Microsoft here, Microsoft's PE ratio is about 34, which is pretty good, right? Like, versus a lot of these other AI stocks, PE ratio of 34, 35 is decent. Now we can take a look at, like, other companies like Meta PE ratio. I think Meta is one of the best stocks in the market right now. It really is. Meta's PE ratio is 28.80s. So I think Microsoft has just had a less, Microsoft has just had less expansion. So Canela, SoFi earnings on the 27th. Yeah, SoFi earnings are coming out. And we don't really have much going on today outside of that. We gotta do home sales. Actually, no. Got the wrong week. So the president speaks today at, or actually he spoke yesterday at the inauguration. We got Canadian CPI today at 8:30. I'm trying to see what kind of data we got. We got Canadian CPI. The World Economic Forum is meeting today, early this morning. I'm not really gonna cover that. Wednesday we got, like, mortgage rates. Thursday we got jobless claims, of course, unemployment, Canadian retail sales. Friday's kind of one of the busier days, but not huge. I mean, which yield max are you referring to, Salty? Because there's lots of different yield max ETFs. Some of them are okay, some of them are not. It just depends on, which one you're talking about, to be honest. Palantir up again today. A lot of stuff's up, man. Bitcoin, gold, not a shock. Bitcoin was the most easy one to predict, to be honest here. We told you guys it would probably run leading into this big thing. Yeah, so Palantir up to 73s. What's up, Beach? Yeah, it's snowing on my end. Yeah, so like you have to take into account how much they're dropping too. Like if you look at a percentage basis for AMZY as an example, that's just the one. I could put TSLY on here too. If you take into account how much these things are dropping, an example of this, like percentage wise, Tesla yield max has dropped. It was at 25 to start the year, so it's dropped from 25 down to 11 at some months, right? That is a 56% drop this year. You know what I mean? And so, like, it's playing with fire, trying to get in these things, letting them sit on your money, and then trying to earn big income from the monthly dividend payments, meanwhile avoiding the big depreciation in the stock. It's just a risky thing, bro. It's not something I'm necessarily interested in. This isn't really an early start for my stream. I'm usually streaming before this. We do have some news. Let me talk about it. All right, so Dow Jones up 335 points. S&P is up. NASDAQ is up. CPI, excluding food and energy, rose less than expected on both monthly and yearly bases. December data showed 2.9% year-over-year increase, aligning with forecasts. We accurately predicted that again last week. You're welcome. Online. So eToro filed for an IPO, seeking a valuation of over $5 billion. It comes amid a surge in equities and crypto markets. Stanley Druckenmiller expressed optimism. He did express some caution regarding the stock market, citing unattractive earning yield relative to bond yields. So a lot of people are watching the Mag 7 stocks. Yeah, and that's the big news. Again, we don't really have any big economic reports coming out this week. My kids have school canceled for the next 3-4 days. Alright, guys. Where's Tesla at this morning? Tesla's up. So yeah, and the new president said he's going to end EV mandate. So he said he vowed to eliminate the EV mandate in his inaugural address. No mandate. He said, quote, "We will end the Green New Deal, and we will revoke the EV mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our American auto workers." He said, "You'll be able to buy the car of your choice," end quote. Tesla got upgraded to 500. Yeah, Tesla's up. I mean, it makes sense why it would be up today. Thoughts on the bond market? Well, bond market's interesting, but yields are down. Yields are up over the last few minutes, or over the last few months, but they're down now, which is probably good. I think people would probably rather yields be down than up. The reason people want yields to be down versus up is because yields are going to signal interest rate changes in the future. So lower yields means lesser interest rates into the future, and I think that's what people want. And yields have gone up to almost 4.8% back. About a week ago they were at 4.8%, which is crazy high. Now they're back down to 4.6%. We'll see what they do this morning, though. Still haven't really opened up for today yet, so we'll see what they show up at this morning. Alright, guys, so what about TikTok? Is it still live? Yeah, so it starts to restore service after yesterday. It shut down overnight, that's it. Yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff that I just don't feel like talking about today. Again, you guys know me. I'm not really rooting for anybody. All that's kind of insignificant to me. I'm just watching what happens to markets. Like, I'm watching the market reaction and a lot of this stuff, so that's all I'm doing. Well, I'm talking about the business news of TikTok in terms of like it getting shut down, and then like what's gonna happen to it. I'm curious. I'd like to know. That's an interesting precedent that they're setting with TikTok, and I think it's an interesting thing to watch for. It's business news. Yeah, 3M is up on earnings, I think, right? We had Schwab drop earnings too today. SCHW. It's up a little bit as well. We'll cover some of these earnings that are out now. A lot of earnings just released. Charles Schwab posted fourth quarter 2024 EPS of 94 cents. They expected 91 cents. Revenue of 533. They expected 5.1, so better than expected for Schwab. And its stock is gapping up. I'll put the news up in the chat. There's the news. Here's Schwab right here. Again, it is gapping up on better than expected EPS and revenue. We also have a couple other things that are dropping today. Alright guys, yeah, the weather's down, man. Sorry, reading some messages. Yeah, no, the weather, whew, it's cold. It's snowy on my end, man. I looked out the window, there's snow outside in Houston, Texas, and that's very, very rare, very rare. Look at Schwab push up a little bit on earnings though. So again, we had Schwab earnings this morning, came in better than expected. It is earnings season too. 3M posted 168 versus 166 EPS, revenue of 5.8 versus 5.78. So 3M showed up slightly better than expected. I'll put those numbers up on screen. DR Horton posted quarter four results, posted 261 versus 236 EPS, revenue of 7.6 versus 7.08 expected. Outlook of fiscal year 25 homes closed by home building operations of 90 to 92K. Put that up on screen as well. Not up on screen, in chat. I mean, KeyCorp guides initial fiscal year 25 plus 20% year over year and lower in net charge-offs of 40 to 50 basis points earnings slide. That's about it for all the big earnings today. Netflix is this evening. That's a big one. We're going to watch for that one too. All right, guys. What a day, man. What a day. Markets are up. Again, Bitcoin is gapping this morning. Honestly, the portfolio, so if you guys remember, right? Like, I bought some stocks a couple months ago, and I was kind of flat in a lot of them. In a lot of these stocks, I'm now green. So Netflix, great position here, honestly. I bought Netflix at 830s. It's at 860s right now. It looks great, honestly. I'm now green in Alibaba. I've been green in Amazon. Yeah, very green in Target. So we're doing okay, man. We're doing okay. Our Bitcoin position is up a lot. We're still in that BITO ETF position. I'm also about to get my blue belt at jiu-jitsu. I should be getting it this week or next week. I've talked to the coach, which is cool. I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous though, but I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Intel, yeah, Intel. I saw Intel being up a lot. Gold is like a little bit down on the day, actually. Intel's finally bouncing back. It took this one a long time. A lot of people lost money on this, including me. Right, like I lost money on Intel. It was just, this thing should have bounced back a long time ago. It dropped well over 50%. It dropped like 60-65%, and you know, it's finally rebounding some, but it's not enough. It's still around lows. I still think it's pretty risky. Oh yeah, Merab Divashdali. He's a beast, man. I never thought he would beat Umar Nurmagomedov. I never thought he would beat him. That was a crazy fight. Merab's just different, man. He just doesn't get tired. He just doesn't get tired. Is what it was. Crazy fight, honestly. Yeah, well, the reason the jiu-jitsu blue belt's big is because, like, in karate, if I trained karate as long as I've trained jiu-jitsu, I'd be a black belt in a lot of gyms. And so a jiu-jitsu blue belt's different. It takes years to get. It's not like karate where you get a new belt just for coming to class every, you know, for a month or two, right? Like it takes a long time, and it's like a, you know, it's like a big milestone because I think it's like 90% of people don't get it. So I'm excited for it, but I'm also a little nervous because it's also the belt at which people stop being nice when they're rolling with you. You know, like when you, as a white belt, you roll with people. Sometimes they're gonna kind of hold it back a little bit, and like, you know, once you get a blue belt, that ends. You know, that's no longer the case. So. Well, Umar had better technique. Umar was able to take him down. He had better wrestling. He had better takedowns, better throws, better, you know, better technique. Umar had better technique. Where Merab shined was his cardio. He just didn't get tired. And so the better technique shined for the first two rounds. Merab lost the first two rounds for sure. But the problem is that Merab just doesn't get tired. And so after those two rounds, Merab started putting the pressure on. Umar started to get tired. And Merab just kind of kept pushing. It's going to be hard for anybody to beat Merab, I think. It really is. Unless they catch him with the KO. That's the only way they're going to get out of, you know, beat Merab. If Umar couldn't beat him, it's going to be, you know, yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're going to try to get funded in another Combine account this morning. Can we beat our terrible Combine record so far, bro? We have lost so many Combine accounts. Oh, man. They must have charged me this month, so I can trade a little bit. Let's try it. If there's ever a day I would say to trade in pre-market, it's today. I'm not telling you to trade pre-market. I have no freaking idea what you should do, but we're going to play around this morning. Wish me luck. All right, let's draw some levels here. I think we got to draw one right here. I think that's definitely one. That's one right there. That's one right there. There we go. All right, we got our levels here. Let me get the 8E are very off. Yeah. We just want the regular NASDAQ. Ah, there goes our levels. Okay, we'll have to draw these again. Definitely one right here. Cover top one. There we go. All right. I don't know if there's the same levels as before. I gotta figure out a way to make them both on the chart. Yeah, we're snowing right now in Houston. Honestly, we're genuinely snowing. Yeah. Morning, John and friends. Happy 25 at you as well, Freddie. Thank you. Lots of good wishes to you, buddy. All the best. Thank you, Yash. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the love, guys. Thanks. Looking at our poll, 73% think we're going to continue to get bullish action today. You know what? I'll try to buy this dip. I think we got a little bit of time to like try to capitalize on it. So, goal is to build up a like a decent cushion first. I'm gonna try to take it slow though. I don't need to get speed funded on this one, right? So I need to. My goal is to make like. I'm gonna add to this now. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we just made a couple $100. We got the bounce exactly off of that support or resistance level. Somebody's saying, "Oh, you love your support or resistance levels." I absolutely do. They work for me at least. I can't guarantee they're gonna work for you, but they give me kind of a guideline in my trades. So we just made a couple $100. That's nice. Exactly $200 is what we made there. So got a nice little cushion. We bounced right off of this support level that we thought we would. So we'll see if we keep that up. Part of me thinks I may want to lower this level a little bit here. Like, I think that confirmation is big. And I think it lines up with some other spots too, like specifically right here. So I'll leave that there too. All right, so we'll see if these levels keep holding. What a drop. I'm going to buy into this dip. I'll take two. Might add one more to this. Just see if we can hold at this spot. See if we pop up. I will fix my average and take some risk off if we give myself a good enough spot for it. Okay, I'm gonna take one off at least, just flat, just to protect the trade, so that if it does keep turning against me, which I think is a little bit higher probability. Again, do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose money. Always make your own assessment. Understand CFTC 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance have limitations, guys. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to cut most of this here. Let me get my disclaimer out of the way so you guys can see it. Ended up getting out roughly flat on that position now. Now, we might buy this support level and see if we bounce here. The 200 exponential is right here as well, so we're going to take some size. See if we retrace quick. There we go. All right, we took half off there. Took another piece off there. We're back to green on the day. I got one contract left. I don't know if I should hold it. might add to it if we get a good enough like look here. There we go. All right, now we're gonna add to it since we got like an average in spot. The 200 exponential is right here, so I'd love to see a bounce directly off of that. Is what I'm trying to play right here. Look at that support level hold too. All right, we took another piece off. There we go. All right, we did pretty good there. We made basically our $200 back. Slow and steady. My levels are working. Like, people ask, am I super quiet today, man? I'm sorry, guys. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm not sure why it's so quiet. Like, I could put it really close like this and just talk into it. I'm sure that's a little bit better. But I don't know if I need to turn the gain up or what. But let me know if this is better or worse. All right, like, I'll try to keep it close to me like this, but let me know if this is better or worse. Well, we're already up on the volume in Mixer. See if I can turn it up some more. Test, test. I'm trying to mess with it now. Test, test. Let me know if it's getting louder for you. Hopefully it's getting a little bit louder. I'm turning it up just a little bit here. That's the worst. That's worse. This is a worse setting. You think it sounds worse now? Mic check 1 2 1 2. I mean, I tried to turn I mean, I can put it back to this setting here. Let me know if this is better or worse. Yeah, test 1 2 1 2. I'm trying to turn it up a little bit here. Just let me know if it's getting better or worse. I turned it up to 4 dB, and so hopefully that should make it better, to be honest. But let me know. Trying to make sure I got it on the right mode. Yeah. Right now we're on omnidirectional. And so I turned the volume up a little bit. That should hopefully be better. All right, good. Yeah, I'm trying to help. Let me know if this works. Okay, so yeah, we turned the volume up. I can keep turning it up some more if you want. So we kept getting a pullback. We've had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 red candles in a row now. Yeah. Let me know if you like buying this dip. We're up a little bit on the day. It's one of those slow weeks, though, unfortunately. Aside from earnings, we do have some earnings this week. Look at that bounce. I kind of wanted to buy that dip. All right, so this week we got Netflix today. We had Charles Schwab this morning. It came in better than expected for EPS and revenue. 3M also released this morning, better than expected. DR Horton released this morning. We have United Airlines after the closing bell today. So we have Netflix and UAL after the close. Johnson & Johnson drops tomorrow. Procter & Gamble and Amex drop Thursday. So it's a big week for earnings, but not for economics. Outside of like the president election and stuff like that. Bitcoin is up. Nvidia is up. Gold is slightly down. so we got this big bounce back. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this dip. It's a little, that's not a good fill. But I want to see if we break over this resistance level. We're starting it off small. We just want to build up a profit cushion on the day if we can. So the volume's definitely better now, correct? I'm trying to make sure I'm using the right thing to up the volume. All right, we added to this just because we can. We can turn it and cut it if it doesn't work. Like this, apparently. Just trying to fix this real quick. I wanted to see if this would jump up, but nothing yet. I don't want to add any more to it. I gotta just cut most of this. I gotta follow my levels though. My levels would have worked too. Look at that, we rejected right off of that resistance level. Did they really fade? Good morning, hope you're doing good. You're good? Yeah, good now. Nvidia shouldn't be up. This market scares me. I mean, it's not like Nvidia's breaking highs though, you know? Like, it's not like Nvidia, like if you take a look at Nvidia here, right? It's not like Nvidia is just like well over market highs. You know, Nvidia's basically been in the same range, honestly, all morning. Like Nvidia's basically been in the same range all morning. If you look at it, or not all morning, I'm sorry. Nvidia's basically been in the same flat range for a long time, like a long time. It's been in this range since October, and so it hasn't really moved. So it going up like this, I mean, I guess Nvidia's gone like this in the last, like, I don't know how long. So it's not like Nvidia's just up some crazy amount and it's unreasonably up. Nvidia's basically been in this range for months and months and months and months now. You know what I mean? So that's Nvidia right now. It's been in this range for months and months. We'll see what happens to it, but it's not like it's so overextended or anything like that. It's just, it's kind of, I would say the movement in Nvidia is a little underwhelming versus what a lot of people thought we would get today. Same thing with like a lot of other stuff too. Now obviously Tesla's up some, that's great. You know, Tesla's up some, that's great. But a lot of people thought we'd get more. Bitcoin did have its big move though, which is good, right? Like, so Bitcoin did have its big level, its big move. And we'll see if that continues. That's benefiting me. I'm in Bitcoin and I got exposure to it at least in a couple ways. And yeah. And then we got other stocks. It's earnings season today, so we have again we had Schwab. Wait. Up 3M. Up. DR Horton. I don't know. I have to figure out what the symbol is. I can't remember what DR Horton symbol is. I think it's like maybe DDR actually. I don't know what it is. But yeah, crypto up big. A lot of stocks are gapping up today. Apple down. Amazon up. Google up. So we've got some big movement here. You know, oil is down. Gold is slightly down. I've already seen this one, like very slightly down, basically flat. So gold's flat. Rest of stocks, they're kind of, depending on what it is, some are up, some are down. And again, we have Netflix earnings after the bell today. To be honest, I'm in Netflix right now, so I'm a little bit nervous just because, you know, I like Netflix a lot long term. And the reason I like it long term is because I think the implications of their live sports streaming are huge, right? The implications of their live sports streaming are huge. You know, Jake Paul versus Tyson was a test run. And so if they're going to start streaming sports, imagine how much that's going to make them grow. They're already the top streaming app, right? And this is while like Amazon, Hulu are already streaming live sports. You know, now imagine when Netflix steps up to that plate and starts streaming live sports, it might make them grow parabolically. And so I'm not saying it will, but it's an interesting look. I have a little piece of Netflix because of that, because I think I think over the next few years, Netflix is going to grow. I think they might split sometime soon as well. I think it's time for them to split. They're up to almost 1,000. That's typically when most people split their stock price and their shares. A stock split is when the overall structure they change the structure, but the overall worth stays the same, right? So an example of a stock split would be like if they did a 1 to 2 split, like breaking every one share into 2 shares. If you hold 10 shares of Netflix, you'll now hold 20, but the share price will get divided by 2. Basically, so it'll lower the share price. It allows it to be more affordable for people. I think that'll happen sometime over the next few years for Netflix as well. But who knows? I might be wrong. Yeah, they've been streaming a lot of stuff. I think it's the future as well. Like, I really do. I think that's a big market space for them, you know. Yeah, I think that's a huge market space for them. And we'll see what they do, man. I'm excited for them. Yeah, so we've been trading Netflix here, just kind of off screen. Not Netflix, I'm sorry, the NASDAQ. We made a bunch of our money back. We're basically flat on the day now. As long as I can try to cut this for a win. We got out for a piece there. But yeah, we're basically flat on the day now. So kind of going back and forth in pre-market. We'll get out of that there. We'll keep messing with it and see what happens. Anything else you guys want to look at? Streaming will kind of become cable television in disguise. Well, I mean, it kind of already is. It's just going to be a different format, a different layout, you know. It already is cable, but it's going to be digital and it's going to be streamed now, which is the future. I mean, that's obviously the future. Yeah, you know, my wife and I joked about it, how, you know, they advertise streaming services as like, hey, do you hate commercials? And everybody's like, yeah, I hate commercials. And then you sign up to a streaming service, and then those streaming services basically kill cable. They kill they kill DirecTV, they kill cable, they kill all these other things. And then after everybody leaves them and goes to streaming, then they kind of slowly start adding commercials back. Honestly, Hulu's the worst. Hulu's so bad with this, bro. Like, there's not even an option on Hulu to get no ads. So like, they force you to watch ads. And Hulu's hella expensive. Like, I pay for it. It's like $100 a month. You know, like, why? Like, why am I paying for that? Like, I don't even ever use Hulu. I should cancel it. Like, I wouldn't say the content's very good either. What's up, South Cad Dad? What's up, team? Sorry, I'm getting some comments. Read my comment. Hello, AJ. What's up, dude? Yeah, no, Fubo. Well, Hulu just bought out Fubo. I had a friend of mine that was asking me about it. He was like, hey, bro, you don't like Fubo? And I was like, no. And he was like, why? And I told him my argument was that I have Fubo. And he was like, oh, you have the stock? And I was like, no, I actually have Fubo subscription, like streaming subscription. And the reason I refuse to buy it is because Fubo is terrible. It's not a good streaming service. I'll put it this way. If I want to watch, in the example I gave him, if I want to watch The Matrix, I can go to Fubo and I can literally type in THE space MATR, and then I hope it would auto-populate, and it just doesn't, right? Like, to search for The Matrix, I literally have to type in The Matrix just to get it to pop up, and then even half the time it won't even do that. I'll be like, okay, but they must not have it, and then I'll find it in like some obscure spot the next day. just bad software, just not good software. Now, maybe Hulu, or was it Disney that bought Fubo? Maybe they could fix it, right? Like, maybe they can. I'm rooting for them. I have Fubo. I hope they fix it, but I'm not confident enough to buy the stock. I'm just not. I'm just not confident enough to buy the stock. Yeah, I mean, Netflix justifiably is building a brick and mortar production studio. I'm okay with Netflix. The reason I'm okay with Netflix is because Netflix is free. Netflix is free, and it's changing the standard of everything to make it free. And so that's why, like, you might dislike some of these other streaming services. Netflix is changing the standard. Like, everything they do is free. They're not charging for anything, and they have it. And that's a cool thing, right? Like, that's what you want. You want something that like Netflix is not charging people and all that stuff. They're giving away everything for free. And so they're different versus the other streaming apps because they're actually doing it for free and they're sticking to it. And now they're getting into live sports, which is even better. So like, they're not like Amazon where you got to buy the movies is what I mean. It's not technically free. Like, you're still paying for Netflix. But what I mean is that for $15 a month, you can get access to a lot of like good quality movies, and their production numbers are getting better. They're getting more efficient. All right, so we got into another little trade here. Let me show you guys. We got 3 contracts. Ooh, it turned against me quick. Don't do it. I'll give it a second. We're kind of flat right now. It's kind of boring. We don't really have any economic data either. I think we might have existing home sales. Yeah, I must not have. I needed more context to what I was saying. It's not technically free. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that all they do is charge you the monthly subscription. They almost never give you ads outside of that, I think, right? And they give you a lot of stuff that other apps charge money per video for. And I think that's a useful thing. And I think Netflix will keep getting big. The quality of Netflix content is better, in my opinion. All right, guys. We're going to take another little half off there, lock that in. I'll add some right back. I know it's kind of like a... Yeah, there we go. We'll take another piece off there, lock it in. And we'll take another piece off there, lock it in. We added there just in time, so we ended up making this back here, which is good. I don't know if we're green on the day or not now. Well, we're flat. It's all right. Yeah, it means you don't have to add on all these different packages. Like Hulu's like $100 a month if you want any reasonable package for it. And then not only is Hulu $100 a month, but they're also going to hit you with so many advertisements outside of it. And so it's just like exhausting trying to deal with it. Well, the real problem, Ed is saying you need 4 different streaming services to watch current sports. The problem with sports is like MLB, right? If you want to watch baseball, good luck, dude. You got to, like, in order to watch baseball, they make you pay for, I think it's like DirecTV or Comcast. And I refuse to pay. I'm not buying Comcast ever again. They have been as sleazy as they can be. Lied about it, like lied about my subscriptions, lied about what they signed me up for, lied about price. I just refuse to use Comcast. And I think there's blackout restrictions. It's so crazy. So if you want to, if an example of this, if you live in Houston and you want to watch the Houston Astros games are blacked out only for you. Only if you live in that area will they black out the Houston Astros. So if you live in Houston, you can't watch Houston Astros unless you have specifically Comcast. Like, the MLB is being so greedy, like so greedy with this, right? By accepting these TV deals that basically restrict their whole freaking audience unless they have Comcast from watching their games. It's hurting them completely, like so greedy. The blackout restrictions need to go for baseball because I love baseball. I'd watch it more than I do now if it wasn't for those blackout restrictions that basically restrict me from watching like my city's games. It's crazy. I can watch the Dodgers all day. You know, Shohei Ohtani and all that stuff. But if I try to watch the Astros, it won't let me. Yeah. So I missed the start. Are you bullish on Fubo or bearish? I'm not really either. I think there could go either way. I think Disney could step in and rebuild their infrastructure and their software, which they need. They desperately need. And if that happens and they rebuild it and they get some new subscriber growth, I think Fubo could be big in the future, right? But I don't want to touch it right now based off of its current software. It's just not good. And unless they fix that, people are going to join it. They're going to be like, hey, this is crap, and then they're going to leave. And so, yeah, I'd rather just wait. But it's not. This is a dip. It looks like a decent dip. I don't know. I don't know. I also can recognize that Fubo might run big, right? It might run big. It's very possible. It's on a pullback right now. It just got acquired. If they soup up the software and fix it up, it could run pretty big here. You know, so we'll see. What's up, David? Thursday Night Football used to be free. Yeah, right. No, it used to be the opposite. It used to be you can watch baseball if it's your town. If you're in Houston and you want to watch the Houston Astros, you can watch it for free, right? That's no longer the case. It's actually the complete opposite now, where like if you live in Las Vegas, you can't watch Vegas baseball, even though I don't think Vegas has a team. If you live in Chicago, you can't watch Chicago. You can't watch the Cubs, you know. Crazy. Just crazy. Who came up with that deal? They're greedy, and I hate them, is all I'm saying. Anyways, guys, market's trying. We're still trying to trade this chop. I think we got some real estate data coming out soon. Let me see. Yeah, we got Canadian CPI dropping at 8:30. I'm going to cover that at least. Canadian CPI. I don't think it's going to move markets very much, but we're going to watch it. We're going to cover it. Look at these resistance levels too, though. These support and resistance levels have confirmed multiple times as well, so you'll love to see that. All right, so Instagram announced that they're going to be doing a new app called Edits. For those of you who are passionate about video making, there's a lot going on. Edits is more than a video editing app. It's a full suite of creative tools, they say. There will be a dedicated tab for inspiration, another for keeping track of early ideas, much higher quality cameras, all the editing tools. I don't care about any of this, bro. What I want AI editing. I want to be able to say, hey, edit this video for me now and have it actually do it. I'm going to buy this dip. Oh, not a good fill, but we can scalp out of this move. Look at that. Wow, dude. We bought that dip. Definitely green on the day now. You love to see it. I want an AI app to edit the whole thing for me. I want to be able to put it out and say, hey, edit this video, and boom, it edits it. That's what I'm waiting for. I hate editing with a passion. I would produce so much more videos if I didn't have to edit. I freaking hate editing, and it's so hard to find a reliable editor, right? Like, I went on Fiverr, and I had this dude, I think he was from Turkey, and I was like, hey, you know how to edit, right? I was like, if I pay for this gig, I'll tip. I was like, I'll pay you 3x what you're asking for if you can send it to me in the next 12 hours, right? Like literally 3x if you could send it to me like right now, within the next half a day. And he was like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And I'm like, okay, cool. I sent him the content. I sent him everything I need. And literal days go by, and I'm sitting there messaging him like, hey bro, like what's going on? I'm too nice of a guy, right? I should have left him a bad review and been like, hey, this dude straight up lied to me. But then he hit me with some sob story of like, hey, I gotta feed my family and like all this different stuff. And I'm like, all right, you know, like whatever, bro. You know, I'm not gonna leave you a bad review, but I'm definitely not gonna hire you again. And then the edit wasn't even that good. I feel like he didn't even know how to edit. He was just putting out as many gigs as he can, and then he was trying to like outsource it, is what my guess is. Like, he was gonna accept it, find somebody else to do it for cheap, get them to do it, and he probably just couldn't find somebody to do it quick enough for me. Anyways. Yeah. People don't understand how meticulous editing is for videos. Like, I can actually edit pretty quick now, but I hate it. I just genuinely hate editing. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. We got enough confirmations off of this specific level. We're green on the day now. We got a nice little streak of green here. Let me get myself out of the way so you guys can see it. Upwork's okay, you know. So like, here's something I think I've told you guys before. So last year, I ended up hiring some people on Upwork, right? And again, part of it, I think I'm too nice of a guy. I really think I'm too nice, dude. I hire these people. I ended up paying them like $15,000 for an AI software application, right? Like, it was a website. It was a web application. It was cool. It would summarize economic reports quickly. And it would do all this other stuff that AI couldn't do at the time, right? Like, this was all stuff that AI could not do at the time. And so I was like, hey, I'm going to build this site. It's going to do some stuff that AI can't do. It's going to use AI, but it's going to make it automatic in a lot of ways. And it would be cool. It's going to show earnings and all this different stuff. And then by the time, it took them, like, they said it would take like 2 months. And it ended up taking them like 10 or 7 or something like that, like twice as long. Because again, I think a big thing in software, especially for people overseas, is that they overpromise, right? Like, they want jobs. Like, our money is worth so much more to them, like salary wise, that they really want jobs. And so they kind of overpromise and underdeliver a lot of the time. And so, and these guys weren't that bad, just to clarify. Like, the guys that I hired for this software app weren't that bad. But by the time it was finished, they had updated ChatGPT to do all this stuff. Like, everything that the application did, ChatGPT could now do, you know? And so it was basically rendered obsolete and useless. And it wouldn't matter anyway, even if it would have came out a couple months early. You know, and what people don't understand about stuff like that is that APIs are expensive. Like, data is expensive. Like, pulling APIs from different sources, it was costing me a couple $1,000s a month, just an API. And so it's not cheap to like build stuff like that. It's not like you can build it and then just have it run for free. It costs money, which is why a lot of startups fail. At the very least, I can write it off for last year, right? I could write it off for last year as a minus $15K on my taxes, which is good, you know. Hey, what's up, Mitch? Yes, sir. Hope you're doing good, brother. Yeah. Sorry, dude. I sent you a message on X yesterday. But if you want to get together sometime today, dude. Today I'm busy. I got to go on Top Step TV at 2 o'clock Central. So 3 p.m. on Power Hour. But after that, I'm free. If you want to catch a phone call, brother. Yep, I paid $15K, and by the time they produced the product, I couldn't use it. 100% fake. AI had just grown that much, right? Like, AI had grown that much. Again, the app was cool. It would like summarize economic data. It could do a lot of cool stuff. I still have it. Like, it's not like it, but it's useless. Like, I can't use it at all. Like, again, ChatGPT will now do all this stuff for me. And so I'm not even gonna try to put it out there. I'd rather just write it off and say, all right, you know, I paid $15K for this, and then I just had to scrap it, and now it's useless. And so it's fine. At this point, I'll take any tax breaks I can get. Yeah. Do they really own CapCut? Yeah, it was a cool app, you know. It was a cool app, but again, more power to ChatGPT, to be honest. ChatGPT just got so much better, man. It got so much better. It can do everything. Like, you used to not be able to text large, like, you used to be able to not paste huge text amounts in ChatGPT. And so you'd have to break it down into piece after piece after piece. Now I can text like thousands and thousands and thousands. I can text like 20 pages directly into ChatGPT now and say, hey, summarize all of this right now, and it will. And so ChatGPT can just now do a lot of things that the app could do, and so it kind of rendered it obsolete, unfortunately. It's how it goes in business. You know, you got to take risks with that type of stuff, and that was just a risk that didn't turn out, and that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Bitcoin flying up. Mitch, what do you think about Fubo, brother? What do you think about Fubo, dude? Bitcoin up there, dude. You love to see it. Just went green on the day, so Bitcoin now green on the day. Matitudes. What do you mean about editing? Or what do you mean? Yeah, ebooks are saturated. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. 100% South. Scare money don't make money. You got to try. You got to take risks in life. That's how it goes. You know, again, I like Dave Ramsey. I talk about Dave Ramsey every time this subject comes up. I like Dave Ramsey. I think he's smart in terms of like saving for retirement and like avoiding falling into like lending traps. I think he's wise in that regard. But I also think when you're young, like under 40, you got to take risks, right? You got to take risks. If you want to be wealthy when you're young, you got to take risks, right? Like I want to live good when I'm 60. I want to live good right now too. In order to live good right now, you got to take risks, and that's how it goes. It's easier said than done though. Like when you got a family and like people like that depend on you, it's a different thing, man. And honestly, I really am grateful for having kids early because it got my mind right. We were talking to people in jiu-jitsu the other day, and honestly, I was talking to my main coach. He's like a little bit older. He's like 60, and he was telling me about how he has 2 daughters, and that sometimes they're just mean. Not his daughters, but sometimes like their friends are just mean, and like they said that like men, and this is just in general, like this is generalized. There's always outliers, but he said men interact with each other under the pretense of like violence is always a possibility. You know what I mean? Like with men, like violence is always a possibility. Women are much more violent with their words, is what he said. Yeah, it's absolutely true, right? Like again, my daughter's got some friends that are just horrible people. You know, like my daughter was super good to them, and they are just like so mean and just insecure, and like she's just kind of like, all right, well, just leave me alone, and they're like harassing her. Like I feel bad for her, man. But what he said is absolutely true. Some men are like that too. It's just generalized, but yeah. Kids helped me out a lot because the conversation eventually went towards sometimes having kids when you're older is better because you're a little bit wiser. You can guide them a little bit easier versus having kids when you're young. And I told him I had kids when I was young. That got my mind right, man. Like if I didn't have kids when I was young, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. So. Yeah. Well, Fubo, what I was saying earlier, Mitch, is that Fubo is not a good software. Like I have Fubo, and again, the example I used is that I can type in THE space MATRI looking for the Matrix movie, and it still won't populate on the screen. I literally have to type in the full name, and then it'll show the Matrix. And so the software is not good. Maybe Disney can step in and like soup the software up. I'm for that. I think if they do that, Fubo could be a nice little interesting buy here. So yeah, I think that's definitely possible. And look at the NASDAQ starting to pump up some more. So NASDAQ, trying to see where the highs of the day are. The highs of the day are way up here on the NASDAQ at 70.30 or so. Definitely got to mark that level down. See if we can draw some other stuff out. I think this is a level right here too. Let's see if we hit this resistance level. I don't mind shorting this little pop. We're green on the day now. We got 2 contracts here. We're right at this resistance level. Let's see if we fall back a little bit. Ooh, I don't like that. I'm immediately gonna cover half of this. I don't like it at all. I don't like that retracement. A lot of the time when we have these big up wicks, we immediately like retrace it back up there. And so I'm just not confident in it. I'm going to take half of it off. Yeah, maybe I was wrong, but I still like the risk. I still like the eliminating risk aspect of it. I think I need to. So Apple stock got a downgrade. Apple stock is actually down a significant amount too today. So I would think a lot of these Mag 7 stocks would be up this morning, but they're not. So a lot of them are down significantly. Oof. I should have stayed in the short. Maybe a little bit of a FOMO. There we go. Take half of this off. There you go. And cut the rest right there. So yeah, we just made about $100. I'll take it. We might short back into this too if we get a little pop. Hold on, let's try it. We'll short back into it right here. And then we'll add to it too. 2 contracts. See if we fall down a little bit. There we go. Take half off there. Get out the rest right there. Just made another 150 bucks. Or another $100 or so. Probably 150 total. Give or take. We're actually green on the day. And our portfolio's green as well. So Apple stock is downgraded. Forecast for soft iPhone sales and weaker update on new AI features prompted strategists led by Edison Lee to lower their rating to underperform from hold in Apple. They also reduced their price target by 13% to about $200. So yeah, downgrade for Apple. Apple's down significantly today, which I was kind of shocked to see it. Like, look at Apple's dip yesterday. It's down a pretty big amount. It closed at 229 last week, and it's now sitting at 225s. So a pretty big, significant drop for Apple. Interesting. Yeah, honestly, it's snowing outside here. I haven't looked at it since I looked outside this morning, but I haven't looked at it since wow, it is legit snowing right now, man. Wow. Oh my gosh. Dude, there is actual, like, a lot of snow outside, man. That is crazy. It is actually snowing right now. That's crazy, honestly. All right, guys, we got 4 minutes. I think we got Canadian CPI dropping pretty soon. We'll see what that does to markets. I don't think it'll do anything major, but it's worth watching. All right, look at this dip. Look at these levels, guys. I'm telling you, these levels I drew, they are working. We asked people, does the market continue to rebound this week? 76% of people say yes. 24% of people say no. I am in Houston. Like, after 8:30, I might wake the fam up and tell them, look at the snow. Also, guys, if you haven't already checked out Top Step funds traders, they give them a demo. They test their skill with a demo account first. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for. Now, they're an affiliate of mine. I am biased because they pay me money. And so I'm definitely biased. Some would say I'm some of the top 3 most biased people of all time ever in the world. Understand, I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. I can't guarantee anything, confirm everything with them. Understand, CFTC 4.41, hypothetical simulated performance have limitations. Sometimes I trade off stream and you don't see it. Sometimes I lose off stream. Do not copy me. If you copy me, you might lose, or you'll probably lose. Top 3 worst trader ever. Don't copy me. But if you want to check out Top Step, I am trading on a combine this morning. We're also on a 10-day green streak on our main Top Step funded account. We have a 50K funded account. And again, in the futures market, you can day trade the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, gold. Some currencies patterns are very, very similar to blue chip stock patterns, but there's no PDT rule in futures. Top Step gives you a 50K demo and they test your skill with it. If you pass the test, they fund you. If you fail, you only lose what you pay for. The base one's $50 basically. If you pass it, you get a 50K funded account with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first 10K in profit with no split. And if you fail, you lose $50. It's the best of both worlds. It's limited risk, 50K funded account with a 90% split, similar to funding your own account as your reward target, which is best of both worlds, limited risk. And they're the most legit funded program in the world. They've paid out over 150 million in the last 4 years, almost 200 million now. They've been around for over 12 years. They fund thousands of traders, and it's just a great way to learn how to day trade because it's a perfect middle ground of pressure. You have some pressure, you're risking something, but not the full extent of an actual funded account, or not the full extent of an actual like account that you're funding yourself, which is noticeably, obviously more risk. If you want to check it out, here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. Here goes Canadian CPI data's coming out. There's the link right there in chat. They are an affiliate of mine. I'm biased, of course. Here we go. We got Canadian CPI data coming out today. It's expected at 1.8%. We don't really have anything else dropping right now, but we'll see what this shows up as. 30 seconds for Canadian CPI data. I don't think it's going to move markets. I really don't. But let's take a look. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. I don't think this is going to move much, but we'll see. Try to bounce off of there. All right, there's 8:30. Canadian CPI data came in higher than expected month to month. Higher than expected month to month. Yeah, higher than expected month to month. Core CPI came in flat, basically. But regular CPI month to month came in at minus 0.4%. They thought it would come in at minus 0.7%, so a little bit higher than expected month to month. Year over year came in at 1.8 versus 1.8% flat. We are bouncing here on the 200 exponential. I don't know if this is making the market go up or what, but look at that rebound here. So we are reacting at least a little bit to this. Yeah, y'all be careful driving right now. All right, look at that bounce right at the 200 exponential. We'll see if it holds. I really like the levels that we currently have on the chart. And we're now green. Buy this dip. Take a couple contracts here. I'm trying to load up larger size. So we got to start making some more. There we go. One. Took a piece off. Took another piece off. And look at that. Beautiful there. Another $150. So yeah, we are up over 400 on this account on the day. Again, right at that bounce level we talked about. I really like the levels we have on the chart so far. I can't guarantee anything though. Not an investment professional. Yeah, also we got a completely free Discord right there. I noticed something when I plug the Discord, it gets so much. Let me see. So join our completely free Discord. It doesn't cost a penny. There's the link right there in chat. Let me know if it works, right? I hope the Discord works. Again, if you want to hang out after the stream ends, join our completely free Discord. Still holding the levels that we talked about. Yeah, it's completely free. Check it out. Hey, thank you, Zen, for the donation. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for the $1 something, however much that is. Thank you so much, Zen. Well, the link should work. If it doesn't work, yeah, see. Here, let me try removing these pawn. I'm guessing that one doesn't work, so I'll plug it from now on. Yeah, if you want to join our Discord, guys, here's the Discord link. I'll get a new one out. Here, let me try. Yeah, so here's a Discord link right there. If the other ones aren't working. Look at the market bounce right at that 200 exponential too. It's continuing to pop up. Discord's been growing a lot. We got a lot of people talking too in the Discord, so that's cool, man. Were the bond markets open for half the day yesterday, or were the futures market open for half the day yesterday? I thought they were closed. Look at this rip here, chat. Wow, look at this move. Still heading up. Look at this. We're at 7-11s right now, 7-10s. So wait, they were open? Futures market was open yesterday? Oh, dude, maybe I should have traded. I mean, the stock market was closed, so like the NASDAQ and the S&P E-mini was closed. I just took the day off. Oh, well, that's all right. Yeah, it's all good. We're back today. We still got over 600 people here, which isn't bad for like a stream where we don't have much going on. I really like the levels I have on the chart, but after this level, it's a little bit more difficult to gauge, I think, here. I think we can look at like that. I don't know much about that one, Doctor. I'm assuming this is a quantum stock, right? About quantum computing. I didn't know. If I would have streamed at least that event if I knew, to be honest. But it's all good. I gotta take some days off. So that's how it goes. I gotta take some days off. It's probably good for me. Gotta hang out with the fam some. When you're off, I roam the YouTube streets. Did they really? Wow, that's crazy, dude. How did that violate a rule, though? That doesn't make any sense. Right? That doesn't make any sense now. So yeah, I'm doing power hour today. We'll see if we get anything good. Yeah, it's just kind of strange. Like, I didn't vote for anybody. All right, so again, you can kind of see we drew these levels out, and we're still kind of chopping between these levels here. Still waiting. We'll see if we can find something now, but man, we're still kind of chopping back and forth through these levels. Crypto winner this year? Really? Oh yeah, that's probably why. Yeah. Like, I don't know why they come out to all the different music anyway. Like, one of the things that frustrates me is that when we're on an earnings call, they just start randomly playing, like, all this copyrighted music, and I have to just mute it real quick. Like, it's annoying. Yeah, it's snowing outside today, guys, for me. Yeah, but it's a big political event. They should be okay to stream it. That's kind of out there that they mess with them. I firmly believe we see Bitcoin 60K by the end of the year. Just cycles? Maybe. Possible, you know. 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. It's possible, you know. I don't think it's good. I would prefer us not to, but it's possible. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame lost. Not a shock. You know, Buckeyes are just too good, man. Yeah, Buckeyes are just too good. That's such a wealthy team, too. Yeah, no, the South is getting... It's snowing outside on my end. Like, y'all want to see it? Look. Check it out. Let me see if I can show you. Like, listen. So, I am in South Texas right now. Just to clarify. I am in South Texas right now. Hold on. Let me show you. Again, I am in South Texas right now. Okay? Look at that. Look how much snow is outside. It's literally snowing outside. I am in South Texas right now. Literal South Texas. Hey, it snows here maybe once every 5, 6, 7 years. Snows everywhere right now. Literally everywhere, dude. It's kind of crazy how much snow is on the ground. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But it's a crazy amount of snow here, to be honest. All right, let me close my window now. But yeah, crazy amount of snow here. It's not that you've never seen snow before. It's that where I am, it's very rare for it to snow like this. It almost never snows like this in Texas. I've only seen it do it a couple times. Yeah, they're talking about like, I don't know. I'm reading some of these articles. I mean, I don't think it's an emergency, but my kids don't have school for the next few days, and my kids don't have school. I'm not going anywhere. Luckily, though, we got a generator here, so like, yeah. You guys have actually seen it. So do you guys remember? I think it was one morning. My computer completely shut off. I had to restart my computer and jump on. That was my generator cutting on from power being out. So, you know, we have a generator here now, but All right, guys. So we're still kind of struggling here. We're still in this range. We got a little cushion. I'm going to add to this. Now we're completely flat. Nah. I'm going to add a little bit more. We got 2 contracts. There we go. Pop. Let's see it hold. Okay. I'm going to add 3 contracts to this. See if we keep up. There we go. 1, 2. You love to see it. We're just going to cut the rest right there. Look at this. Look at this trade list today, guys. Look at that. That is a beautiful. We've had 2 losses out of 20 right now. We're running 90%. Chat 90%. See if we keep it up. Don't copy me. I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. Not an investment professional. Have no idea what I'm doing. I do trade off stream. You're not going to see all my trades. Not an investment professional, guys. Do not copy me. Remember, I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about, and you'll probably lose. Dodgers winning back-to-back. I think they have the Dodgers pitching lineup is some of the best in history, right? The Dodgers pitching lineup. So the Dodgers, their rotation for starting pitchers is crazy. They have Blake Snell, Yoshi Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Shohei Ohtani. That's a crazy lineup. Those 4. Tyler Glasnow, Shohei Ohtani, Yoshi, and Snell. That's a crazy lineup. I think they could probably win the next 2 or 3 in a row. The only issue is if these, and they also have Dustin May too, who's not horrible. The only issue is, do they stay healthy, right? Like, these pitchers are prone to get hurt. Shohei, well known to get hurt. Glasnow as well. Snell, powerful lefty. Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but crazy good lineup. Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell are both U.S. based. Yeah. The other 2 are Japanese, and Shohei is the greatest of all time. It's been a bucket list thing for me to go watch him play. Still haven't got to do it. I wanted to see him play the Astros, but he was hurt, and so I wouldn't get to see him pitch, and I want to see him pitch. So we'll have to do it this. We'll have to go with this year, to a game. Yeah, our kids are out of school too. Yeah, look at the market pump up again. So this is the highs of the day up here at 718s or so. No, I'm sorry. 730 is the new highs of the day. But we're creeping up there, chat. We are creeping up there. Slightly bullish trend today. Slightly bullish trend. Look at this run. Wow, look at that. Getting up there, chat. Getting up there. right, chat. View on CGPT. What is that, Krish? Doge dropped off a cliff. Where's Doge at right now? Market's so strong. Yeah, I mean, it's not a shock either. Look at that support level here, too. So we drew this level out as well, chat. Look at this 718 level. Honestly, one thing the last couple months have shown me is that I need to be confident in my levels, because my levels, look at that, dude. We drew this level before. Remember, chat, we drew this level before. Look, we bounced directly off of the level. And so one of the things that shows me, futures are based around levels, right? Much more than I would say stocks are. Futures are based around levels. And I think even if you're watching the SPY or the Q, you should be watching the futures contract that they're based around over everything else, right? Like one of the biggest things, like I used to trade the SPY and Q a bunch. I should have been watching the futures contract based around them, because the SPY is just tracking the S&P futures contract. The QQQ is tracking the NASDAQ futures contract right here that you're seeing. And so this is what I should have been watching the whole time and drawing levels around. So how many years on average is a bull run on the NASDAQ? Well, let's ask AI. AI is pretty good at querying this type of data. So the average duration of a bull market in the NASDAQ Composite Index is approximately 3.8 years, or about 46 months. So about 4 years is the average bull run. If we take a look back deeper into the actual NASDAQ to kind of test that theory a little bit here, let's put the QQQ up. Let's put a weekly chart up. And so, yeah, we've been on a bull run. I would say about, like, here was the last one ended back here in 2022. Last one ended at about 2022. But we did have a bear market for most of 2022. We started the bull run right at the start of 2023. So this is 3 years ago. So 3 years ago is when the last one started. For the current bull market, I would say started 3 years ago. There's Nvidia. We put Tesla up today. Tesla's flying high. All right, let's see what we get here. I'm trying to be patient, though. Yeah, Doge got as high as almost 40 cents. So Elon created that, it's like some type of department titled DOGE, and he used the Doge symbol to front it. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, what we've currently faced does not cancel out the bull market that we're currently in, right? Like, what I mean by this is, like, if we take a look at the QQQ, we're still in the bull market. In fact, we're still in the trend. So, like, look, here's 2023. And we're still in the bull market here, guys. It's not like, this does not mean the bull market's over, right? If we extend these trend lines, it's going to look about the same. Like, here, look. Right, we extend these trend lines. Look at that. It's literally right there. Let me remove this. Let me get this out of the way. Remove this one, remove this one. And we'll get rid of this one if we can. Whatever. Let me go away. Alright, but yeah, you can kind of see, even if we remove these trends, let me, like, we're still in the bull market, guys. Like, we're still in a very clear upward trend on the NASDAQ. People acting like a couple, like, weeks of red action cancel out the bull market. Like, we've only, like, a month of red action doesn't mean we're not in the bull market. We need to see levels drop below, and we've kind of been flat this whole time, too. We need to see, if you want to see if the bull market's over, we need to drop to, like, 450. Right? To drop to 450 would basically be potentially the start of a bear market. Alright, guys, market's still trying to climb this morning here. right, guys, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. All right, so we're consolidating up there. We're trying to go for highs of the day, though. Look at that down wick here. Look at that pressure. How you guys doing today? Y'all red or green so far this morning? I'm pretty green on everything, to be honest. Including our stock portfolio, which is nice. Netflix treating me really nice today. Pepsi hasn't really moved. Nike up a little bit. That's good. Obviously, my Bitcoin ETFs looking great. Baba. We're actually green on Alibaba now. Amazon, we've always been green for the most part. Let me catch back up in the chat. Yeah, I mean, Bailey, you already said that, man. I mean, I'm not sure. Ask them, brother. Like, that's not, you know. Like, it's fine to say it once. It's another thing to just kind of keep complaining about it over and over again. Like, most platforms have activation fees in the funded account space. That's just kind of the standard of it, bro. I'm not sure. Ask them, dude. It's lifetime on Top Step, so it's the lifetime, which I think is fine, you know. Like, you get $2,000 in losses up to, so like the value's still very much there. I'm not sure what sectors are going to be hot this year. I really don't. Yeah, it's just an activation fee. It's pretty standard. Yeah, good luck. 7.5. Right, it's cheaper than losing your own money. Like, people criticize like these funded account programs, and some of them are just trying to find ways to kind of like, you know, criticize whomever they can. The reality of it is, almost all day traders lose money, right? This is something I'm very outspoken about. Almost all day traders lose. It doesn't matter what course you take, who you follow, what you trade. Almost all day traders are losing money. All right, I would say it's probably over 95%. It might not be, but it's at least over 90. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure, though. But either way, almost all day traders lose money. And so, you know, you got these people that are telling other people, like, to risk 5K and you can turn it into 30K and all this stuff. And like, that's all cool and fine, I guess. But almost all day traders lose. So many people fake online being profitable, that is, and I would rather just be honest and tell people almost all day traders lose. And frankly, it's a lot cheaper to lose on Top Step. If you were going to pay for a demo account, it's going to cost about the same. And this is a perfect little middle ground of pressure. You got to think of it like a souped up demo account, right? You got a demo account, you got a profit target, you got a max loss. If you pass it, you get some other cool stuff, and you go to step 2. Most people aren't going to pass it anyway, right? But just because most day traders lose, it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter whether you're trading on Top Step or Schwab. Most day traders lose. Top Step gives you a way to learn for cheap. And I think that's a powerful thing, you know? And I think there's going to be some people that lose and then blame their broker. They blame me. They blame whomever they can because, like, they're just too immature to be able to be introspective enough and be like, man, I took a bunch of dumb trades and lost some money. But that's pretty standard. In the end, it's so much cheaper to lose a funded account program. Top Step's the most legit than it is to fund 5, 10, 20K and lose that. And that's what's going to happen to people that don't do this. People that get their pride in the way, that don't want to use a funded account program, they're going to end up depositing 5, 10, 20, 30 grand themselves and losing a huge chunk of that, if not more. And so That's your options. And I think it's a good option. I think it's a beautiful middle ground of pressure. And most day traders lose. But again, if you want to check it out, I'm biased. Okay, so I get paid by them, so I'm definitely biased. Confirm it all with them. But I'm not even going to post the link because I don't think I need to. But I genuinely think it's good for traders. Yeah, I don't know about the financial sector being hot. Yeah, I mean, activation fees are pretty industry standard, Bailey. I'm not, that's kind of how it goes. So if you pass one, congrats. That's great, There's not really any data today, to be honest. So right now it's 9 a.m. We don't really have much going on today. We had Canadian CPI that came out yesterday. We got some earnings that come out after the bell today. So we're about to test highs of the day on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ just broke highs of the day. It just topped it once. It could be a liquidity grab, but it just broke highs of the day. Look at this. So the NASDAQ's up there pushing highs. Oh yeah, combines teach you much more than paper trading. It's a great way to learn, and you have to have reasonable expectations for it. All right, guys. So again, we're testing highs. Let's see if we can keep it up. So Netflix earnings happen after the close today. So we're still pushing up. We're up to 735. 735s broke highs of the day. You can see the Q broke highs of the day. Got up to 525s. Tesla trying. This is mostly driven by Amazon. Look at Amazon up there. This is driven by Amazon. Look at Amazon. Amazon just spiked. Let's see if there's any news that came out for it today. Let's see if we can find something. Why do people trade if they're going to lose money? Because, okay, so trading is something that almost all people lose at. But certain people are going to be able to make money, right? So it's something that takes years to learn. You lose money the whole time you're learning for the most part. But once you learn, it's a skill you can have for the rest of your life, right? So once you learn how to do it effectively, that's a beautiful skill that you can have for the rest of your life. And you can really, in some ways, find financial independence through it, even though most people are not going to achieve that. Most people are going to fail. So it's something that a lot of people want to try. Marketing makes it worse because I think a lot of marketers, they're trying to sell courses, you know what I mean? And so they try to make it seem like it's easier than it actually is, or like they've got some super secret system that nobody knows about that can earn you 30% a day or whatever nonsense they kind of pitch you. But most of that's fugazi, unicorn dust nonsense, right? Like most day traders lose. And the ones that are successful at it are the ones that stick with it, trade small, limit their risk in the beginning, slowly learn and build systems, and that are analytical people. And that's definitely not everybody. Some people are just not going to have the personality traits they need to be successful at it. A large majority of them lose. And it takes a very specific type of system and strategy and stuff like that to actually do it well. Yeah, I mean, again, market might go up, down, sideways. Nobody freaking knows what it's going to do. We're in a bull market right now. It's been very easy to make money just kind of buying dips, to be honest. But again, I do think we're going to correct this year, next year. I think next CPI report is going to probably show a little bit of hot numbers. I could be wrong, though. Like, again, in the end, it's never definitive. It's always just kind of speculation. But I think we're going to correct. I think it's time. We're up 105% on the NASDAQ over the last 2 years. This is a crazy amount. I don't know about sideways. I think today's going to be an interesting day for sure. Because I think today, is just a different day. It's not the same type of day that we get. You know what I mean? It's a different day. All right, guys, we're going to day trade the market open right now, chat. So be ready. Whew, I'm ready. Yeah, when I hear somebody about they're losing 300,000 in years, you know, like something that I never shut up about this because it's important. Trade small, guys. Like, listen, there should be no instance like, okay, there's a couple important rules in trading. And again, I'm not an investment professional. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Do not copy me. If you copy me, you might lose. With that said, when you're trading, unless you have a deeply large sample size showing an edge, right? And what I mean by deeply large is, I mean 6 months plus of very consistent day trading profits and percentages and data, right? Before you have that large sample size, there is absolutely no reason for you to be trading large. There's no reason for you to be risking anywhere close to hundreds of thousands of dollars unless you have that system. Right? But the problem is everybody wants to be rich. They want to be internet famous through trading. They want to flash big gains in the market and try to look cooler than they are. And they just end up taking exorbitant amount of risks and losing boatloads of money, right? And trying to look cool on the internet, basically. And it's why I always tell you, who cares about looking cool? I look silly a lot of the time because I trade so small and safe and careful. People make fun of me for it. And they can keep making fun of me because the reality is a lot of the people that are acting like they're making boatloads of money are secretly losing, and they're just trying to look cool on the internet. I would rather just tell people, hey, I'm a huge wimp. Don't copy me. But trade small. If you trade small, you don't have to worry about it. You could lose every day and still lose less than 300K if you're trading small enough, as you should be. The way it should go is you trade small. Once you start showing a good sample size, you scale up a little bit. Once you start showing a good results in that sample size, you scale up a little bit more, so forth, so on. Kind of a laddering effect of size, right? That way, you're not risking so much money for nothing, you know? Like, be smart about it, guys. Calculated. Be smart, man. I know it's not the funnest thing to talk about. Like, I know people get weird. It's the reality of it, man. Just be smart. Yeah. I'm on 50K, 2K drawdown. What is the take profit you would typically look for per trade? That's going to vary. I typically go like this. And again, this is just me. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. If you copy me, you'll lose. Maybe. You might not, but don't copy me. With that said out of the way, my system usually goes like this. I take small, steady gains, right? Like I'm on a 10-day green streak on my funded account today, right? So my system looks like this. I don't trade my funded account in pre-market. Okay, I don't trade it in pre-market. I only trade it 5 minutes after the opening bell. If I'm on a green streak longer than 2 or 3 days, and really just in general, I set a $200 maximum loss per day in the account. I can do this on Top Step X. It's a powerful thing. I have a $200 maximum drawdown per day, meaning like right now I'm on a 10-day green streak. It's very tempting if I'm down like 150 bucks to kind of swing for the fences so I can keep the green streak alive. But that's not good risk management because eventually like I'm just going to lose huge drawdowns and tons of money doing it. And so I set a limit, $200 max loss per day. I know I'm on a 10-day green streak and I know I'm at least going to retain a majority of those profits because of that trailing drawdown, or because of that, not trailing drawdown, because of that, like look, on Top Step, let me show you guys. On Top Step, if I go to my actual funded account here, I have a $200 PDLL, personal daily loss limit, which means that if I hit $200 in losses, it's immediately going to liquidate and block this account for the rest of the day. I'm not going to be able to trade it anymore. That's an incredibly useful thing. It's why I always tell people if you're going to sign up, use Top Step X. 0 commission, no PDT rule. This is what I'm using right now, and I'm drawing these levels out, and you can see how accurate these levels have been so far. I can't guarantee they're going to work, though. But if you're going to sign up here, I'll put the link up. They're an affiliate of mine. I'm biased. But there's the link if you want to check it out. I try to shoot for a couple $100 a day right now. But I'm still in the period of time where I've got that sample size. I've got the positive results. I just have to work on scaling up size and like figuring out my best plan of approach of attacking the system that I've built at this point in time. So that's where I'm at now. But again, I'm on a 10-day green streak. So what I'll probably do is I will trade. I'm going to save my Top Step account, the one that's on the green streak, so I can trade it on Top Step TV later. Yeah, no, that's what it's on, Kane. The maximum loss that I've set is on the express funded account. So if I lose more than $200, it liquidates and blocks me from trading that express funded account for the rest of the day. That's what it's on. Here, let me switch back. I forgot to switch back. There we go. All right, guys, we got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left. I'm gonna buy this dip. Oh, I was just a little bit late in it. For whatever reason, we're kind of flat heading into the open. We got $500 in profit or so on the day now. I'm going to add a little bit more to this and then just wait. Cut it if it starts to break down under this level here. Okay, back up. See if we can get a little bit more. There we go. Took half off there, locked it in. Now we're pretty much good here. Even if it turns on me, we should still be fine. Got a little bit over 600 at the moment. See, now we're looking a little bit worse though. Yeah, I gotta cut that. That just looks too weak. So we ended up losing 30 bucks. Pretty much break even trade there. Another one. Yeah, maybe, man. All right, guys, about 15 minutes left. All right, chats. AI is getting good. I'm still waiting for AI editors. Anything else moving today, guys? I don't really see anything else. We got 15 minutes left. International Paper is reportedly to gain EU antitrust approval for the US $7.1 billion acquisition of DS Smith. Or International Paper is a company. IP. Is this like Dunder Mifflin? It is. International Paper. Interesting. All right, chat. So we're still sitting there. I probably could have held that long, I think. I mean, I didn't really do anything. I pushed my daughter. Somebody said, don't know the guy, but what did he do about his daughter's mean friends? Me? I mean, I didn't do anything, man. I just kind of left him alone. Like, I'm not getting involved with that. That's childish, man. Like, only thing I do is give my daughter advice. And I tell her, look, if somebody shows their face, like, if you were a good friend to somebody and they basically backstab you over trivial things, just learn from it. Just learn from it and just kind of move on. Like, you don't need to trash them. Like, you just kind of distance yourself. Outside of that, I'm not really getting involved with it. My daughter seems to be a good person. Like, she knows. And that's kind of why it hurt because, like, she was a good friend to these people. Like, she was, like, a genuinely good friend. And some of them got some issues. And she was, like, there for them and, like, we're good friends. And so, I feel for her, but she's fine. She's got a lot of other friends. Like, she'll be all right. The retail sales data is right below me. This came out last Thursday? This came out last Thursday, though. So this is not today's retail sales data. This is from last week. Jobless claims came in a little bit higher. Retail sales came in a little bit lower. And so basically both of them showed economic weakness. Less retail sales. Higher people claiming unemployment. Yeah. Yeah, you get what you put out there. You put goodness out there, you get goodness back. You put negativity out there, you get negativity back. So we just try to put goodness out there into the world. We're waiting for the market open right now. We got about 10 minutes, we got about 12 minutes left. Yeah. A little boring right now. We just don't have much going on. We're waiting, though. We're still waiting. Whew. All right, guys. You funny because you are not losing money? Is that a rhyme? Is that bars? Is that what they say? Is that what I'm supposed to say? I'm not cool anymore. I'm over 30, so I don't even know the cool people things anymore. Bars? Is that what I'm supposed to say? Top 3 rhymes? I don't know. John, I don't want advice or tips, but I see you trade with support or resistance levels. Make a snow angel? Yeah, I could. Yeah. Yep, I mean, I do trade with support or resistance. Yeah, I mean, trading last night was probably kind of a risky endeavor, though. The volatility is probably kind of high. All right, guys, we got 12 minutes. Really about 11 now, so. How you guys doing today? But yeah, Canadian CPI that came out tomorrow. We've got the mortgage data. Last time the mortgage data came in over 7% for 30-year mortgage rate. Over 7% for 30-year. We'll see what they show up this week. 100 million puts. Do you still use Weeble? Not really. No, I'm not in T-bill anymore. Not right now. I bought a rental property cash this year, or last year, and so I'm still kind of letting my bank account heal from that. And so I'll probably put some money in T-bill this year, you know. Couple bad hours earlier. What's up, Sam? Yeah, it's snowing right now. Look at this dip. Do I want to buy it? I don't know here, man. It retraced too much. I would have bought it if it was still down here. And we are going to switch to our funded account after the opening bell. Yeah. I was going to buy it. I like the big dip. But this big dip is only good for a short-term rebound, right? Like after that, who knows? It could keep going down. So that's the only reason I'm waiting. If I would have caught it down here, sure, but it's a little bit too late. You know, like using the extension short-term is like this. Like if it drops this much, you got a higher chance of like a small rebound. But if you get too greedy with it, it can continue going like this and you can lose more, right? So if I'm scalping these moves, I'm just looking to like buy here, sell up here, right? Sell up here, wherever it is, and then just cutting out of the trade. Because if not, like if not, it could do anything. It could keep going up, it could keep going down, it could keep going sideways, you know. Either one, any of those things could happen. And so the only big edge is after we've dropped like a decent amount that you get a small rebounding move from it. But it doesn't last forever, I guess is the point. Not all the time, at least. Yeah, Tesla dipping down a little bit. Amazon was one of the strong ones. All right, guys, 8 minutes. I don't think so, Rob. I might be wrong. No, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not a big politics guy. I'm really not. Like, I try to avoid political stuff because it's too divisive, man. Like, I see so many people angry on Facebook and social media. I see so many people celebrating. It's outside my realm. Like, I don't really like any of that. I'd rather just kind of stay neutral and you know. Like, none of them really do what they say they're going to do anyway. Doesn't matter which side, who they are. Like, they all kind of backtrack a lot of the time. And so I just kind of avoid it, you know. Regardless of who you support or don't support, I'm not against you, you know. All right, still dropping. We got 6 minutes left. Oh, I was gonna buy that support. Look at that support level, though, dude. I'm telling you, my levels have been building confidence for me this morning. Hopefully they follow after the opening bell. But look at that. Right off of my level here. Look at that. Ugh, it hurts, to be honest, not to take it. Look at that. Oh, it shouldn't necessarily be anything, Rojas. I don't think it matters. I don't think it should or shouldn't be anything. I think it just is. You know. All right, maybe it's a good thing I didn't buy that dip. I'll buy this one though. We'll take two contracts here. I gotta be careful though if it starts to really, you know. Come on, give it to me. I'm gonna lower my risk here and take a piece of this off, just in case it continues down. That way I'm getting out flat instead of a big loss. And if I'm right, I'll make less, but that's okay. All right, we're slightly green here. Let's see if we can retrace some more. We're gonna cut it. Just made a little bit. We made 40, little baby $40. We're pretty close to the opening bell in 5 minutes. So I don't really want to hold it forever. Look at that bounce. Maybe I should have held it. Hindsight's 2020 though. The bounce idea was correct, but all right, guys, we got less than 5 minutes now, chat. Less than 5 minutes. Look at that rebound back up. Wow. Look at that move. Interesting. All right, guys, hold on. I'll be right back. What a rebound back up here. Look at that resistance level, too. I got to keep following my levels. All right, so the goal after the opening bell, finish out this combine, actually make some money, keep following my levels. How you guys doing? You guys red or green on the day? Let's end this poll. We got almost 1,000 votes. Let's do a new poll. Are you red? Or how about we'll just ask, are you bullish or bearish into the opening bell today? I'm just going to make it easy. Bull, bear. Are you bullish or bearish into the opening bell today? Let me know how you feel. Yeah, it also could be because I'm running 60 FPS. If I lowered it to like 25, it might be a little bit better. I'll try that tomorrow. All right, so look at this dip. Look at this dip. Wow, look at that drop. 2 minutes before the opening bell, chat. We're right at the 200 exponential as well. It looks weak. I'm going to short. Kind of a risky trade based off of so much volatility that we're getting after the opening bell, though. So we're going to keep it very short of a trade here. If it can't hold, we got to cut it quick. Come on. If it retraces back up one more time, I got to get out. Yeah, we got to cut that. All right, so we ended up losing about $20 over the last few trades. Hold on one second, chat. All right, we're back. All right, here we go. 1 minute. Can we keep the 10-day green streak alive? Chat. It's Tuesday. Hopefully you guys are doing good today. Yeah, here we go. Opening bell soon, chat. All right, there's the opening bell, Chad. There's the opening bell. Let's see if we get something good today. Hey, later, Sam. Have a good day, brother. So 73% are bullish. Look at that. Again, we're going to wait 5 minutes, let 5 minutes pass first. Look at that drop here. Wow. Look at this. Testing under the volume weighted average price for a second. Look at Amazon rebound. Look at Tesla dump at the opening bell. Wow. Let's see about Apple. I'm curious about Apple. A lot of stuff falling. Looks weak, to be honest. Amazon's still running, but everything looks weak right now. We're only a minute after the open, so I can't really take anything right now. All right, so Tesla decreasing heavy at the opening bell. Amazon just broke highs of the day. It's up to almost 230s right now, 230s. Apple fell after the opening bell too, but it's starting to retrace back up some here. So a little bit too much volatility for me to be messing with this. SoFi has earnings next week, I believe. So I'm gonna buy this. Kind of a risky position here. One contract since it's so close to the opening bell. And this is a combine, so I wouldn't trade a funded account right now. It's too close to the open. But I see some rebounds potentially happening here. We got 2 contracts. And we got a big cushion on the day too, so we're okay regardless. Oof. Definitely don't love to see it. The only thing I can really do here, to be honest, is add, fix the average. All right, so we're after the opening bell. I want to see a bounce back is what I'm looking for and really what I'm pushing for here. All right, so we got out of a lot there. We just made something. Took out another piece. We'll add some here. Took out another piece. See if we can fix it again. All right, we just made another. So we basically made our money back here. We're still up 500 on the day. Another big rebound. There we go. Up about 7 on this one now. About 7. I call it the bounce back. A little bit of volatility for me at the opening bell, but that's all right. There we got 3 contracts. We're going to slowly add some more to this. Maybe a little bit. Oof, not looking good for me here. Give me a, see if we rebound like we want it to. So we ended up chopping back and forth here, man. Wow. Very volatile. See if we could add to winning positions, curb some of this volatility. 2 contracts now. We're taking risks on a challenge account more than we would on a funded account, by the way. But there we go. All right. All right, up almost 8 now. We're jumping in this. Big candle wick volatility here, chat. We're gonna jump into 5, but we gotta be prepared to cut it now. Yeah, not gonna get it. So volatile, man. All right, there's another 5 back, so we made it right back. We're back to where we were, up 7. Such a volatile trading. All right, back up to where we're up 900 now. 9. Still up 9, basically flat on this last trade. Want to see if we get a rebound back up there. Very choppy and flat though. A lot of stuff's going up, a lot of stuff's going down in blue chip mag 7. I'm gonna have to get out of this now. So we ended up getting out of that string of trades mostly flat. You know, Apple's breaking down. Tesla's breaking down too. Amazon's ripping up. Meta's been pushing up, but recently started to turn around. Microsoft's been slightly down, but we're very flat, and we're very flat in Microsoft, I mean. All right, so we tried to jump in this, but it's not really looking good for us here. Still flushing down pretty weak. Taking a little bit too much risk here on this one, which would make us kind of flat on the day, by the way, as well. But not looking good, to be honest, for me. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it. Now we're down a little bit on the day. I guess it's giving it back. We gotta kind of go. This is a combine account. If we lose this, we're just gonna switch to a funded account. Hopefully do better. We got 5 contracts now. We're kind of swinging for it. Man, it's still looking weak. Not looking good. This is why I tell you guys not to copy me. Yeah, we lost it. We had a good run on it. I wanted to take some risks. I gotta stop trying to speed run these things. All right, we're gonna switch to our actual funded account now. We're gonna get out the nonsense. So we're actually gonna trade our actual funded account now, but we're gonna switch to micros. There we go. All right. Let's get ready for the chat to tell me I'm the top 3 worst ever and tell me everything I'm doing wrong. You know. Well, it's a challenge account, so I mean, yeah. I have terrible results with those lately. Although it's ironic too, because like my actual funded account, I'm on a 10-day green streak, right? A literal 10-day green streak. But the combine accounts, I think I'm just trying to speed run them too much. I've just been getting destroyed with them. I've lost a couple $100 on them, so it's not like I'm losing life savings or anything on them. But yeah. All right, now we're in our actual funded account. And so now we're going to trade much different, you know, much different. Look at Amazon start to turn. Tesla's still looking very weak too. I'm going to buy this. We're up a little bit, but gotta cut that one too. We're going to start pivoting to a short strategy. I think buying the dips isn't working. Yeah, I think my bias was bullish. But what happened is Microsoft just cracked lows of the day. Apple's testing lows of the day. Tesla turned all the way back down to almost 410, and Amazon is dropping to 229s. So the market's turning right now for sure. Y'all just be careful today. Where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin's dipping down too. Yeah, we just got the wrong direction and we're stubborn with it. It's just too bearish right now. It would be crazy if we have like a really bearish day today, to be honest, just because like everybody was so optimistic around today. It would be kind of crazy to have like a hella bearish day. But Amazon and Tesla are what's driving it really. Like Tesla had some bad Cybertruck news, I think, that sparked some of this. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we brought this other combine. Here, I'm going to short this now. It's a little risky, though. Let's see if we get a retracement back down is what I want. But all right, so we just made another $15 back shorting that. Maybe the market turned all the way back down, dude. Look how quick the market's turning too, man. It's kind of crazy. Y'all be careful. Should have stayed in that short a little bit longer, but it's all good. Hindsight's 20/20. Alright, so we're kind of flat on our funded account. I'm going to switch to our combine account that we're up about $1,200. So we only need about $300 left. And so I can pull micros back out here and try to find some edge right now. We got to make about 350. And so we'll play with that and let some of this volatility slow down. See if we can hit. We're trying to hit 1,500 one day. Really 1,400 is all we need. So we really only need about 250 right now. So we'll buy this dip. We can keep adding to it too on this. And this is the big edge with Top Step, is that I can trade small size with no commission. Alright. Alright. Let's take some size into this now. All right, so far so good. Really, we only need about 150 bucks now. There we go. 100 bucks left. Playing the other side of it now, trying to attack choppiness, but it's a little bit more difficult. Now, the good thing with these micros when I'm trying to get funded is that I can keep kind of adding to them. All right, I need like 40 bucks now. And again, if you want to check out Top Step, this is the big edge. You see me how I'm scaling into micros? I can kind of keep adding. So if I want a high edge trade, that's what I do is I kind of slowly scale into it and get funded easier that way. Like once I get a couple $100 bucks away from my profit target on the day, I'll just kind of scale into it. But it can also come around and bite me sometimes too. So you got to be careful with it. I don't like that really. Yeah, I need like 40 bucks. Take some larger size here, but I got to be very careful now. I just want to see if we retrace back down. I'm going to unload some size here just because I need to. Glad I did. Way too strong for me to keep pushing. This should get me here if it drops enough real quick right now. See a little pullback for me. Come on. There we go. It didn't quite pull back enough for me. It keeps coming back too. One more second, and then we're gonna have to reevaluate. All right, we took half off there. I'm gonna take more off. Just rip it up too strong. I think it's probably catching some people too. We'll just get out and wait. We're still up basically $1,000 on this one. But we'll go back to our funded account that we've been trading this morning with micros. Alright, so we're rejecting a little bit now, though. It's hard to tell. I don't know if today's my day. I can't push too hard here on this one. big move up, but I don't really trust it. It's hard to tell because though we're looking at Apple, which has been very weak all morning. Basically very weak all morning. Kind of sketchy looking and just kind of kept breaking down. He's trying to come back. We got a little upward trend here. I don't trust it enough though. Look at Amazon. Look at Tesla. They're all kind of stagnating right now. I don't know if I like it enough to try to do anything here. How you doing, chat? Do I live off of my trading profits? Of course not. No, I don't. We'll be on Top Step TV later today though. All right, so we got ourselves there on this other account just to show you. I've been trading it off stream because I haven't had the best results. But we got to... we wanted to make it halfway there, and we did. You can kind of see the stats here. We got up to 14.17, which is enough for Top Step. Like, if I make the other 3 tomorrow, then they'll fund me, right? So we got up to 1,417 in profit. So we did actually get there. I did trade it off stream. As for what I'm going to do now, depends on what some of the big stocks do, like Nvidia, Apple. Nvidia is pushing up and dragging the market up. So Nvidia was over 140s for a little bit today. Let me show you guys that. Here's Nvidia here. But there's too much choppiness. And what I mean by choppiness is like we have too many blue chips breaking down while large caps are moving up. All right, so we got too much there. Too much indecision, I guess is the point. Whoa, look at this drop, guys. Wow. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is what's making the market tank right now. But I might be wrong. The Bank of Japan is moving towards a rate hike at this week's meeting, according to Bloomberg citing sources. I think that'll be bad for markets because that's kind of like the carry trade. People use the Japanese yen to get cheap leverage and invest it in U.S. assets. And so if the Bank of Japan is going to be more hawkish than expected, that means they're going to have worse interest rates than expected on U.S. purchasing and ultimately can cause a sell-off, which is something that we just got alerted to a couple minutes ago. I don't see anything else, to be honest. And look at that turn. Wow. Yeah, we're still in our funded account here. We're kind of flat. We're down like $7. I'm going to bet on this being a liquidity grab. Take a couple contracts into it like this, but it's a risky position. We're down 20, 30. I want to see it retrace back up. It's just taking too long. I'm going to take half off this just now. So we ended up losing 750, but making about 30 from the trade. So we're now green on the day, attacking that move, catching the bounce. I thought it would be a liquidity grab like this, and it was. Look at that bounce. All right, so we're green on our funded account now. We got our combine to halfway there. We already have a couple funded accounts, by the way, so it's not like this is our first funded account or anything. I thought it would be a liquidity grab. But I think I'm going to bow out for the day. I'm trading small today. Again, I don't know what we're going to get, as well as like the market's kind of choppy and indecisive and making big moves up and big moves down. It just doesn't seem like the day. I'll be back on Top Step TV later on for Power Hour today. So at Power Hour, I'm going to be on Top Step TV. So tune in then. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the notification bell. Check out Top Step. Top Step gives you a demo. They test your skill with a demo account first. If you pass the test, which is what you saw me trading on a combine this morning, they fund you. If I can hit another 1,500 tomorrow, I get 50K funded account, 90% split. If I fail, like you saw me fail on one, I'm out $49. It's not the end of the world. Great way to learn how to day trade. Understand CFTC 4.41. I do trade off stream. Do not copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I have no freaking idea what I'm talking about. I do trade off stream. Sometimes I lose off stream. You're not going to see all my trades, guys. I'm not an investment professional, but it's genuinely a beautiful middle ground of pressure. They give you a demo, test your skill. If you fail, you're out $50. Limited risk versus funding your own account and losing thousands. If you pass it, 50K funded account, you get a 90% split, which is similar to funding your own account. You get to keep your first 10K in profit, and they are the most legit in the world. Zero commission on Top Step X, so I can scale in with micro contracts, which is a huge edge. And yeah, it's just a great way to learn how to day trade. Or if you want to get started day trading for less, $50 is not the end of the world if you lose it. Just a good way to learn. And they've paid out hundreds of millions of dollars, almost 200 million in the last 4 years. Great way to learn how to day trade. I'll put the link up one more time, and I'll see you guys later for Top Step TV. Yeah, I'll see you guys later on Top Step TV at 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hey, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Be careful. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Market can do anything today. Y'all just be careful and safe, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Y'all stay warm. It's snowing on my end. So, yeah, see you guys later.